Hello, hello. We are back with the Crow Inquisitors. Sorry about that little bit of a long break. No one's watching, so why did I even say that? Who knows? And if anyone who does watch this on YouTube, they won't care because there won't be a break. Anyway, we got Trevor. Trevor's here. Hey, Trev.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. So who wants to do a thing? Cantarius, Theo, or Soma? Do you guys have a scene you want to set up?
I have a scene.
You have a scene? All right, Theo.
Yeah, basically.
Go to you.
Well, there's a couple things I wanted to do. They all involve kind of like. Well, first I wanted to pray to what's her name?
Fereshteh.
What?
Fereshteh.
Yeah, Fereshteh, to like give me some insight on some things.
Mm-hmm.
And like if she doesn't answer, then I'll just kind of like get mad and kind of like storm off and just be like,
sure.
You guys like make a fool out of me, basically. Because I kind of think it's like I kind of think religion is ridiculous because like it's like praying is kind of. So I'm trying to like I'm like trying it again. Like maybe they'll answer me this time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But what if she does answer you?
If she does, then
you failed your role. Oh no, the god answers you.
So question then, Theo, is this a faith roll? Is this what you're doing? Because I mean, one of the miracles is guidance,
what I'm going
right?
to ask her, like I'm going to pray that she, basically, what to do, like because I feel like Theo is kind of he's kind of like lost because like. The first 20 years of his life, he was like going to be like a merchant. He was doing like noble stuff and he was just going to job. And then like everything changed and he's not part of that. He spent next like 7 years of his life fighting and killing people. Mm-hmm. And then he kind of like met his wife. And then he kind of like, that was kind of like his focus. And now that she's dead, he went back to like killing people. And so he just doesn't know like what his purpose in life is if she's not around and he's not really killing people right now. Like if there was a battle, he'd feel probably like some purpose because he'd be like, I get to kill some people. Like he's not like just a murderer, but that's just like what he's trained to do. That's what he's best at. Like is just fighting and causing and problems. And he the only reason he was like a clergy or whatever was just for his wife. And so he's just kind of like living a normal life. And then all of a sudden it changed and he's just kind of like, what do I do now? So right now he's just kind of like looking for direction. And he's also kind of like, since there's this whole problem with Caspian, he's kind of like, should I trust this guy? Because he has no idea. He's like, is this guy a bad guy or is this a good guy? And he wants her to reveal to him almost in like a dream or like, is this guy a good guy or a bad guy? Or is there something that I don't know that like, is there any conflict basically? Because he wants he kind of wants some conflict. But he wants to know if there is any conflict, and then if there isn't, like it's like, oh yeah, these are all good guys. And he's like, I don't know, maybe I'll just leave the Crow Inquisitors because he doesn't know what he wants to do. He doesn't really want to do this. He just really wants to be a fighter and be. It's weird though. Like he wants conflict.
No, for sure. I mean, because it gives you
that's
purpose,
what he works,
right?
Because that's kind of like that's his purpose. Like you know how he like never heed danger kind of stuff. That's him. He's always like. He either wants to die or take all his anger out on people, basically, who are criminals, or bad people. So he's going to pray that she'll reveal something to him or at least tell him what to do.
What you're doing is guidance in the book. When the way is lost, the priest may ask to know the right path. The prayer can be used in a more metaphorical sense as well. So, unfortunately, this is an Op 5 test. What is your faith?
Okay. I think
and unfortunately, you do not have. Yeah, you have 4. Unfortunately, you do not have believer anymore. Yeah. So it's gonna be. It would be Op 4.
Oh yeah.
I think I have something that I can like narrate as a
juxtaposition.
But like a
precursor,
a vision or whatever that would be totally unhelpful if he fails the goal. That might still, Sure. So if he still wants to make it, she can give him a vision, and I think I have an idea of what that would be in case you want to do that.
Okay, so
should I roll?
Yeah, I mean, that's what, I'm giving you the op now, I guess.
Can I function one because I'm kind of like it's not like I'm just doing it in the camp. I'm kind of like part of this. Like they're kind of training me a little bit, so like at least one.
I think I'll give you. I'm fine with giving you an advantage dice for being in a temple. So we see. I think what we do is we see you in the prayer room, right? The same prayer room that you kind of.
Yeah.
and Trevor and Jared were not here for this. So I think we'll just ignore. Just talk about it on the DL and maybe just find out about it. Yeah. But
exactly.
Nothing big. Just some stuff went down.
Just some stuff went down. Okay.
He played me first.
Wow.
Wait, did you succeed? Oh, dang.
That was crazy.
Nice.
Holy crap, what?
Well, he got 3 6s and they reroll automatically because of faith. Yeah.
Oh. That's crazy.
Awesome.
That's incredible.
Okay, well, my vision
is the first time I've actually succeeded in a faith.
Yeah. So this is telling. This is interesting. This is really telling because.
So was that challenging or?
That was difficult. It says right there. Yeah, difficult.
Sweet. I only need one more difficult and I can go up in faith, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Sweet.
So you're in this prayer room and you're kneeling and what do you say? What's your ask? Your plea?
Kind of he comes just really humble and he's like Fereshteh. I don't know if you're up there now, but I need to know what to do next. I don't know who to trust. I don't know where I should go from here. I'm lost. Please tell me what I need to do. I can't live this life forever.
Yeah, and I think you just see her. It's not the Falcon anymore. It's her. And so she's this long, this tall, slender, muscular goddess. Middle Eastern.
She's a warrior goddess, right?
Yeah. So it's interesting because I think maybe you were expecting some pagan warrior goddess, right? With all these feathers and bones on or something like that, right? Instead you get this. I think she's very almost translucent. She has a bluish tint to her skin, even despite the dark tan that obviously marks her as Middle Eastern. It's this weird mix of shifting back and forth between these two colors. She's long. She's tall, slender, and has this deep raven black hair that kind of flows over her, kind of and it's there's an imaginary breeze kind of blowing her hair sideways, but obviously you can't feel it. And she looks at you and she says, "I have heard your plea, Theo, and I'm here to give you guidance." And she kneels next to you and cups her hand, your hands in hers. And she says, "Ask what you will, warrior, and I will do my best to guide you in the path. I have seen the trouble that you face, the struggle that rages in your veins. I wish to help."
How is Iris?
Iris is fine for now. He travels on the winds. I guide him. Hopefully, he will be wise with his choice of companions and his choice of plan in executing Caspian's will in the desert. But he is his own man, and the winds do not take him all the way to the end of this journey.
I just worry about him. He's the only family I have left. And I feel he doesn't have the wisdom his father had.
That's not true, Theo. He is not the only family that you have left.
I thought you were gonna say, he's not the fat ugly.
Your father, your mother, your uncle, and your aunt. They're still, the ones? No, they still live.
Your entire family is fat and ugly.
Shut up, Gunner.
They still live in a Hato.
My father.
They live in a hot tub?
Shut up. I thought the same thing, actually.
No, it's the city Ahato.
Oh, no.
They live in a hot tub. What? I want to go there, man. Is that a city? That's impossible. My father and mother are dead, and my aunt, she was killed.
My aunt, she's afraid of water.
She kind of like smiles at you like a mother would smile at a child. And she says, "No, they are not dead, Theo. I know that you heard news as a boy that they died in the jungles, but they did not. They made their way to where the Zay live, and you know who the Zay are. They're dragonbloods that live in the jungles. They live amongst them. They do regret sometimes not coming back for you, but trust me, where they are is better for everyone. I can take you to them someday if you wish."
I would like that. What shall I do next, Fereshteh?
Let go of the bitterness that surrounds you, Theo. Let go of the bloodlust that flows through your veins.
Let go.
I think you should hold on to it.
It's the only thing that's kept me alive all these years.
I know.
All the betrayal. Can't trust anyone.
I believe...
At least mortals. Mortals, at least.
Yeah. I believe that Narani is the one who made you like this. That witch. She cannot be trusted. All of the Garrick stewards are petty and false. I promise I am not like her. I wish for my servants to be whole, to be content, to have purpose and meaning in their lives.
But what is my purpose?
Your purpose... Your purpose is whatever you make it to be, Theo. In this world, this shifting tempest of storms and winds and rain, there is only but one purpose. Those that we make for ourselves. I can guide you in this, as the wind would, but you are the one who has to take the next step. I can help you find something, but you must make the decision whether or not the thing that I lead you to is what you want. Are you willing to let the wind guide your steps?
I feel like normally Theo wouldn't do it, but he feels like a comfort in her.
Yeah, for sure.
And he kind of like, for the first time, he's actually like liking this person. He's like he feels like a different change in his heart. Just kind of like, okay. And he kind of like, he kneels down and he's like, I will be your servant.
I know you will. I know you will, Theo. And I smile at just the thought of it. I would have you stay here for a while longer, learn more of the ways of my priests. I believe that they will be a comfort to you in the roads ahead. There is much for you to do, Theo. Much that I see in the stars for you to do. You are the ghost who loves a ghost. And you remember, you've heard that once before, from the lips of the abbess.
Yeah.
When her reading of the stars.
Wait, was that like one of the things when she like read like the 6 people or whatever?
Yep.
I was the ghost that...
Yeah, you're the ghost that loves a ghost.
And I guess he doesn't really say anything, but then he's just like, one last thing.
Yes?
Caspian. Can I trust him?
You can trust him as far as you could throw him. And he's a solid...
Well, I couldn't really trust him then. That was pretty... No,
he's a solidly built man. He's an eel, Theo. I would not trust him. But, again, He is one of my children, in a way. I do not hate him. He is merely misguided. He focuses too much on his greed. But I suppose the greed in and of itself is a purpose that we have found.
Then shall I ask, is he a threat to any of my friends?
He's a threat to you all. But so is Cantarius. Both are dangerous men. Paragons of the virtues that they hold. There is a battle of wills.
Excuse me. Objection.
Objection.
Hey, don't speak against the goddess. You guys aren't here.
There's a battle of wills about to take place, Theo. One that you will be caught in the middle of, and you will have to take sides on. Cantarius versus Caspian. A battle of morality and virtue.
I think he definitely felt like a drop in his heart, kind of like,
yeah.
Oh man, it's kind of like when someone tells you something, you're like, it's something you never heard before, but then you're like, you don't know if it's true, but you're like, I hope it isn't true. Like but you're like, you don't know. You're not like, oh, it's definitely not true. You're just kind of like, oh man, I hope it. I think that's what he feels like. He doesn't like not trust Cantarius. He's just kind of like, I don't know, like what I believe anymore.
Yeah, and she sees that on your face, and she says, your instinct to trust Cantarius, I feel, is good. But remember, it is your own heart that must guide you. What you feel is right, not what anyone else does.
Thank you.
Of course.
Not just for telling me what to do, but for believing in me. I feel no one's ever done that.
Your wife did. There's one thing I would ask you, Theo. Do you want your wife back?
I don't know.
Good.
I feel that where she is now, how she sees me now, that she's happy in me. And she wants me to be happy here, even without her.
She does.
Do I want her here with me? Yes. Will I ask you to bring her back? No.
I think that is wise, Theo. It would be a difficult and arduous task. It may even cost you your life, and then where would we be? You would be dead and your wife would be alive. I think it is best this way. Remember her fondly, but do not let her anchor you down. Flow freely as if the wind, and let the steps of your own heart guide you and the fond memories that you face together.
I will.
Go with the wind's favor. And then she like blows away.
I go with wind's favor, and then she blows away.
I mean, she's the goddess of the wind, so.
I think he kind of like runs to like the highest point of the temple, like outside, kind of like the roof.
So you have you have an Aragorn moment.
Yeah.
Except opposite of the beacons of Gondor, you go from the thing to the where you would see the beacon.
Yeah, it's kind of like go up and kind of like look up like at the sky. Yeah. Just kind of like in awe. It's kind of like because everything's just like changed for him. I feel like different now. Like yeah, and so he just kind of just goes up and just kind of looks up in the sky, and that's it.
Cool. And you feel the soft touch of a breeze on your face.
Then he smiles and
cool.
Keeps looking up at the sky. It's taking in the what just happened in his moment.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, let's pick up with Cantarius then, shall we? What's Cantarius been up to?
I mean, pretty much same old. I can't really think of anything else that.
So you mean to say you're executing somebody? All right, cool. Just checking.
So there's like a couple things you could do. You could try to redeem Raiden. Continue to redeem Raiden. You could meet with Siegfried, or you could attempt to work towards your plan to like get justice for White Sea.
Right. I feel like we should come up with some like point to all of this. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, so you are in your like meeting tent with Nadimo. Raiden's there obviously because he has to be by your side. I think Siegfried's probably there because he's part of your council. And Theo's there. Theo, wait, do you come back to the Crow Inquisitors camp at all? Like periodically, or just have you been staying at the temple?
Probably periodically, yeah.
Okay, so this is one of those times where you came back. Antonius is there. Carlo is there, the soldier that you met the other day. Cantarius. He's one of your inner circle. So you guys are like meeting, discussing strategy.
Right.
And Nadimo basically says, "So, Cantarius, what is the plan? How are we supposed to get justice for these people?" Before we've simply confronted their leader directly, gone to tridents right away, but it seems you've given up those to him.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, doesn't it?
And you see Carlo seems really kind of disconcerted by that. He almost reaches for where his sword would be, but he doesn't have it.
Right.
And Theo, I'm sure you feel a particular absence without your trident.
Yeah, I feel not whole without my trident.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I mean, and I feel like he says that I don't have a very good idea right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping that something would happen to trigger that. I have to deal with it myself.
I was hoping that the GM would just kind of throw something at me.
What? I mean, I didn't say that, did I?
No. I think Nadimo.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, Nadimo looks at you, Siegfried, and he says, "Well, you seem to have wild ideas. It looks like we might need one of those. Shoot, Siegfried."
Shoot, Siegfried.
Ideas
Shoot him.
To what? Are they
right? So I mean, they came here to get justice for White Sea, basically. Caspian's a tyrant, basically, and he's been burning down the towns around around this town, so that everyone has to come here. Various stuff like that.
Is it really being a tyrant if you're only mean to people who don't rule? I don't think that's how that works.
I mean, you said a military regime up in this town, so
what? That's not the same.
I mean, do the people like it or do they not like it?
They're conflicted.
Question.
They're mixed.
I mean, they're richer, so who cares?
They're richer. A lot of the people who live in White Sea now, they used to live in the towns that you burned down. So there's also them. They don't really like it.
Yeah, but they're richer too. So who cares?
I mean, aren't they better off now than they were?
So okay, do you say that?
I mean, no. Have you asked the people how they feel about it?
Ask every person.
How about a census?
Let's conduct a survey. How do you feel about your tyrannical overlord? Has he been doing a satisfactory job?
That is a leading question.
Yes, definitely yes.
Yes,
obviously yes.
Objection.
He's been doing a good job at being a tyrannical overlord, but that doesn't... Oh, thank you. All right, moving on.
How do you like
That's all
your
we
bad
want to know.
leader that's doing a bad job, huh? How do you like him? That bad guy?
Yeah, so Nadimo kind of like looks at you, Cantarius.
Right.
Hey, Caleb, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but if I pray for strength, what ob is that?
Like what kind of strength do you mean?
Like literal strength. Like, oh, I'm fighting someone. I need.
Dice, I think he.
Yeah, if you just want like one die or whatever, it's 3.
I was just thinking, like, how would I get another op 5? Like a difficult test. Succeeded.
You could do a minor miracle. But I mean,
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, a minor miracle might be like getting supernatural strength for a little while or something. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Permanent +1 bonus.
That'd be 5. That'd be a 5.
That'd be a 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then Jima looks at you and he says, "Cantarius, I know we are all in agreement that Caspian is a wicked man, but what if the people don't want him to be out of power? We can't fight everyone in the city. You do understand? Especially not without our weapons," Carlos says.
I don't see any.
We do have one weapon.
They all
I don't
look at
see
you.
any reason to believe that anybody likes this man. But you're right. If they do, we have no business here.
I'm not sure that they understand truly the depths of his depravity. I mean, he does indeed give prosperity to White Sea. That might be enough for them to overlook his flaws.
Boy.
I think
We must prove him to be the man that he is.
Yeah, Nadima nods. And how will
Are
we go
you
about doing
yourself?
that, Cantarius?
Like I had said before, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. What strengths? What strength does this man have? And what weaknesses? I think we have not done nearly enough reconnaissance.
Well, then maybe that's where we should start.
We already did start.
Well, maybe that's where we should continue then.
No, that's where we already did start. Where is Iris?
He's on his way to the desert to fight to the people that Caspian has told him to. With most of our strongest soldiers with him.
He sounded like. Oh, what's his name? Hold
on. I mean, let's go get him. I don't know. I mean, where?
Iris is on his own path now. Unless he decides to come back, he's not of our concern.
Well,
right.
he will come back, Theo. But for how long is the question. He'll at least have to come back to talk to Caspian and get his reward if he does
I mean
live.
to our group, I mean.
Right. Of course.
Sean Connery. You sounded like Sean Connery right there. Yes. Comes back at all.
Of course.
Like my drink shaken, not stirred.
There we go.
Yeah, I think Nadimo's probably played by Sean Connery. That makes sense.
Yes.
So Nadimo looks at you and he says, so our first step is to send people into the city to do reconnaissance then. Make them seem like they're just wandering the city, maybe buying a few things from the marketplace, but instead getting a general consensus on what the city is like, get a little bit more information.
Sounds like a good idea.
I can do it.
course. Yes, of course, Theo. I see that you've already been inside the city.
This is what I'm thinking. Like, I think I might be able to get in if I like, because I'm sure I have some sort of like ring or some sort of jewelry that shows like I'm a person of the clergy. And you know how they don't really know who I am, because I got in one time and I just kind of like snuck in, and I was just when I went there. So I think I could get back in if I like, show them like, oh yeah, I'm just a clergyman or whatever.
You do not have personal effects, so you don't.
Well, I don't have any like No,
I mean it's been a while. Oh, you mean are you talking about like for being a Fereshteh?
What?
Are you talking about being a priest of Fereshteh? You'd have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, then you would have.
I'm saying like I'd have like a ring or a gauntlet or I don't know, something like that. Or...
Sure. I mean you can make up.
It's kind of like I'm like hey I just I'm a clergy or whatever.
Yeah. Let's take a look at your skills real quick. Theo, what do you have? You have temple wise, noble wise, arena wise. Because I'm thinking like.
Yeah, still have doctrine. That's not very.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of like if there's a way that you could make up some sort of like custom or tradition or whatever that like the priests on this certain day come to the ruler of the palace and do something, like something like that. But someone would have to make a test for that to happen. Unfortunately, you don't have like religion-wise. You can just make an untrained test if you want to.
Well, I haven't. You have
a 5 in perception.
In deception?
Perception.
Oh, how would that be?
Well, that's what wises are based on. So you'd be rolling 5 dice.
Okay, but I mean, they haven't said they want me to go yet. I was just suggesting that maybe I could do it.
Right, and yeah. So yeah, Nandimo looks at you and he says, infiltrate Caspian's palace, you mean?
If anyone should lead a group of like
infiltrators,
or infiltrators, it should be me that does it.
I agree.
After all, I am the military leader here.
He nods. He says, I haven't heard that you're particularly good at stealth, though, Theo. I've heard some stories. Cantarius, do you laugh?
Yes.
Because, yeah, you've probably told him those stories.
Yes.
I'm like, wait, this is a general thing.
Yeah.
The temple's inside the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I'll have you know that I have been going back and forth between the temple and here for many, many days now, and no one has seemed to notice.
And Dimbo kind of like looks at you and raises an eyebrow. He's like, of course I noticed, Theo.
Oh, yeah? What else did you notice?
I mean, I didn't follow you into the city. So that's all I noticed.
I meant to ask about that. Nobody's noticed that?
No, people notice that.
No,
none of the guards have been like, hey, one of the guys from the enemy camp keeps walking through.
It wasn't like just walking in like,
but
hey!
I think that was like okay, right? Like you didn't like ban them from being inside the city or anything.
Well, no, but he's also the only one who's come in. Like that's. I don't know.
Okay, is he the only one who's come in, Connor? Has you let some of your people just kind of like go in and get stuff from the city and stuff?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah, so there's been a couple more people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
What kind of person do you think I am?
Yeah. I mean, a communist
tyrannical
tyrant.
overlord? I don't know what that means. You'll have to use smaller words.
Okay.
All hail.
You're a thief and a meanie.
Oh, I disagree.
Wait, it was Nadino talking, right? Or
Nadimo, yeah.
Nadimo.
Wabino?
Flalimo.
Okay. No, okay, all right. So
and if they get caught,
should do some scouting, right?
If they get caught, who's gonna get them out of there? If I'm not there, I don't know if I trust our men. They trust me.
Carlo kind of like gives you a look because he's one of your men. Kind of like raises an eyebrow.
Don't look at me like that.
You don't trust us, Theo.
Wait, does he say that?
Yeah.
What's his name? Carlo?
Carlo.
What's your name?
What's your name, Carlo? Come on, freaking Carlo.
Carlo.
I'm trying to think what I should say. Like Carlo, Carlos, Carlo. It's like mispronounce his name. Not Carlos, it's Carlo. Whatever.
It's funny.
I think he just looks at you and he says, Theo, I can gather a few of the men who have more stealth-like tendencies, and we can go in.
Honey, I'm home.
I think he says.
What in the world?
I think he just kind of like angrily, like he's like, fine, like whatever, like kind of like sarcastically, like, fine, you go in there, and he just kind of like says, like, yeah, he agrees, but he's just kind of like, fine, do it.
You can come if you would like
do
to,
it.
Theo. I just
do it.
Well, if something goes wrong.
Thank you, Adam.
If something goes wrong, we could always talk our way out. I'm pretty good at that.
Of course.
Let's do it then.
I'll get some people
All right,
together right away.
yeah.